Hello everybody, welcome back to Nikos49. Welcome back to Little Nomadia, or Little Mini Nomadia here. That's not the town hall. Let's do a quick overview. Currently, we're good on families and homes. Okay, we have 60 citizens total. If we look at production, we'll go to food first, and we will just say, let's see, we're overproducing by 1,800. We are overproducing on tools only by 5, not 3, excuse me. But I just upped the limit, so we're going to have to watch that and balance it. Fuel, we're overproducing by 400, which is fine because we're trading some of that. Iron, we're overproducing by like 150. Stone, we're overproducing by a lot as well. Let's see, what is that? 50? Goodness. And logs, we're actually catching up now. Holy crap. We're overproducing by about 90. So that's great. We're in a good spot. I'm going to unpause. We're going to watch the overview and make sure we're not missing out on any families. Now, I do have this town hall, and part of me thinks that maybe nomads aren't going to come, but let's give it a little bit more time. I've got my trader. I've got my town hall. We'll see what it does. Let's up this to 400 on the firewood front and kind of go from there. Let me look and see how much flax I have. It was mentioned in the last video. We've got 400 that we can actually do something with the clothing. Now, that's going to require a bit of a different building, though. Workshop, no. Mini workshop used to create tools and clothes. No, that's not what we're working on. Clothing. Clothing store builds a tailor. Well, let's just see what that does. Let's put it maybe over here. There we go. So that's a fuel refiner. Oh, right, I am actually doing the iron stuff right here. I could probably just kill this production, couldn't I? Like, look at the furnace fuel. In fact, like, I don't need that. Let's turn that off. We'll get you doing something else. And the iron ore, though, we do have 248. I'd like to burn through that, so we'll let that keep doing its thing. That's fine. I wanted to do some farming over here, and it is winter time, so let's go ahead and clear a bit of this land so we can do some farming. We've got some people available with the 3 extra farmers. We've got 10 laborers. I want to bring in a lot more food. And let's go with storage shed, goods such as food, clothing, textiles, and tools. Let's do a storage shed here so that we can store all the food that we're going to start producing for our farms. Silver, lamp oil, papyrus, muffins. Thank you, Rutger, the general goods merchant. I'm going to go and dismiss you and say have a nice day. I think I'm going to produce... Let's wait till summer and I'll produce a bit of lumber as well. Okay, clothing store, hide coats. Oh, linen clothes for 4 flax. Let's go ahead and get that going. Clothing limits at 100 right now. Why don't we put that at 200 and see how we fare with that. This was cleared really nicely, actually. I'm going to pause and see if I can get these crop fields in. I'm going to do something a little different. Let's see if we can do bigger crop, like longer crop fields, but more narrow. And see how they produce. We'll do 3. 20 by 4. Just, I don't know. You guys are gonna give me a lot of crap for this, and that's fine. But I just want to see how they produce. And then we'll do 2 11 by 11s again. Go back to my 11 by 11 for a little bit. And we will say, do the thing. I don't know per person how good this is going to be. We'll do corn here. We'll mark it to be picked up. And we'll do beetroots here. And we will mark it to be picked up. I just want to see. I just want to test it. Do corn again. I guess I should start getting up to where we can actually have some other food. And we'll do corn here as well. Let's just see what it does. We're going to have a nice little storage shed here for food. I want to put in a couple homes, but let's see. Do we need more people? We do. We have 22 families and only 18 homes. So let's put a few more homes over here. And honestly, I don't think I have a... Oh, I do have a food market. Let's put a little market over here as well. This is finished. I do like that. Let's get a market. And there's a bunch of new ones. Medieval specialized. Tiny markets. Small town market. I don't mind this. I don't mind that. Traveling wagon vendor. Farm stand, general store. Slightly smaller than a market, it provides local area citizens with a collection of food and other necessities. Ooh, I kind of like that. Let's do the general store, and then we'll do a couple homes around it. Where are we going? Little country house with storage and stuff. I'll hold off on that. I want to do something else here. New medieval homes? No. Farmhouse. It's a farmhouse. That's actually pretty big. Nordic homes are good size too. I mean, they're actually a little bit smaller, but we'll just have to see. Let's do the village housing. I like these. We'll do... let's do 2. And then maybe I'll do a bigger one behind it. And then the third one. Even bigger one. We can kind of upgrade those as we go. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Cool. And I'll put 1 person in here. I'm going to drop that down to 4 at least. Let's get 1 person in this general store kind of getting it moving around. Looks like these yields are coming in real quick. I do like that. I don't know if this storage shed's really going to hold all of it, but, you know, that's where we're at. Linen clothes seem to be just counting as part of this. I do wonder how much they're worth. So if we go to inventory and we go down to linen. Linen clothes. What are they worth? They're worth 8. That's not bad. Especially considering the resources essentially free because we're getting it from the gatherers. Probably not a bad idea to look at that. What are we maxed on? Oh, you're actually working still. That's a little ridiculous. There. All of you work here. Don't work at that little place. Oh, and let's do a little bit of lumber. Yeah, let's get a little bit of lumber going here in case we want to do like a butcher, which I think I do want to do a butcher here at some point. These homes are getting finished. Look at that. So many people. Wait, does that mean you're not working over here? Yeah, I don't like that you're doing that. So let's do 1 extra person. And then we'll down the limit to 2 so that somebody will come over here and still work this mini food supplier as well. Everybody's moving in here. I do like that. See, these can be upgraded to small village home. I guess we might as well look and see what that looks like. Yeah, I want to see what that looks like. We'll compare the 2 side by side. Are we still only at the 22 families? Yeah, we are. We're addressing that, so that's good. Alright, so 1 person here finished the harvest. 424. Obviously not good. 500, not good. We could get almost to 1,000 out of this. Now, the thing is, this is a guaranteed quicker kind of bring the harvest in because it's autumn right there. The 11 by 11 is sitting at 784. But that could be a little bit more efficient. So I don't like these little strips. Aesthetically, they might be kind of cool, but probably don't want to do that at all, really. Yeah, this 868 with the 11 by 11, technically with the 10 by 15, we're bringing in about 1,000. So I don't like these. We're going to actually switch them out. Good try, team. Good job. Let's get those 10 by 15s in. There we go. There we are. We could probably add a bit of variety here. No. We'll utilize this area a little differently. And then why don't we do a third one here? Just have some symmetry. We'll do corn and then we'll do beetroots again. And we'll mark those to be picked up. We will reduce the amount of people that are farmers. Gosh, that was taking a lot of people to do very little. This looks good, though. Look at that. It's kind of different. I think I need more homes again, though, don't I? No. I'm actually overdoing it on the homes. I hate when I do that. How's this storage? Oh, gosh. That's not as big as I wanted it to be. And even with the marketer taking a lot of that resource in, too, that's still not going to be quite enough for what we're doing. And we're producing quite a bit of food, actually, for our current size. Cauliflower, honeycomb, tequila barrel. Well, I think some people would be mad at me if I didn't actually get the tequila barrels, or at least what I could afford. I gotta be careful, though. I've only got 400 logs. I need a better trade resource, that's for sure. So, let's back this out a little bit. Overpaying by 110. We could fix this. There we go. Pretty sure there's nowhere for that to go yet, but we'll figure that out. Since we're doing so well on food, we could do another pasture, actually, and get the cows going over here. Split them off, kind of make our crops a little bit more resilient. Not crops, excuse me. Our food source a little bit more resilient, you know, so that if something does happen to the one, you know, like maybe if a tornado comes out of nowhere, because that's never happened to us before. we could survive that little bit of shenanigans and tomfoolery. So we don't want it to be completely massive, but we'll do a 16 by 16 just to get those in. Farmers are gonna be doing this stuff. Let's get us another storage unit over here somewhere. Medieval barns. Coal silo? Interesting. Tiny barn? Oh, well, we have to build a tiny barn because of the name of this map. Like, hello. Let's just do that. We'll put a medieval small barn here, too. I like that they just gradually get bigger. This is good. We'll just do a couple of those just to supplement a little bit. Again, I don't think I need homes. Yep, we've evened that out a little bit. Let's look at the graphs. Food is really spiked because of our additional income of food there. Let's look and see. 94 iron with one person. I put 2 people here. 297 wood. And 50 stone. Now, part of the problem is I think it's because we're making lumber right now. Yeah, 653. Firewood, please go back to the fuel limit and quit wasting all of my wood. Holy crap. That was a lot, guys. Jeez Louise. Man, that's insane. I'd like to make more homes here, but we'll have to hold off on that for just a bit. We'll do our little... Oh, these are all really tightly packed in here. I'm not a huge fan of that, actually, because it can cause problems, specifically with planning. I know that these all have gaps, which I'm actually happy to see. That's there. That's there. That's good. These are going to get harvested. This is already starting to be built. The smaller map, I'm noticing, stuff just gets done because it's right next to each other. That's really cool. How are we doing on flax? We still have 153 flax. How are we doing on leather? 14. Okay. You know what? I'm going to leave those limits where they are. I'm fine with that right now. Should I just have somebody here at the hospital? I mean, I guess I could just take them away if I need to. We did clear this, and then it started to grow back. And you're the worst, Night Ghost. All right. I'm going to hold off on clearing that for a minute. We have so much to work with over here. I feel a little silly, like, just ripping all that out. I guess I can expand up this way some. That would be good if I did that. Let me clear some of this so I can see. I'm having a hard time seeing what's going on over here. Okay, let's do beef cows here. We're going to have a drop in food because we're going to split them. But you know what? We got to do it. Let's keep our cows all over the place. Make sure we can survive all of the nonsense. Why don't I put in 2 people here for iron? We've got the extra laborers. We might as well do it. That storage is not so full anymore, which I'm pretty pleased about. Getting taught. Wow, there's just a lot of good stuff going on here. I like the pace too. It's taken it takes a bit to kind of keep up with everything, but I do enjoy it. 26 out of 22. Okay, that's good. We could start probably putting in some things that will yield other food sources here for planting and harvesting and all that. Let's put in excuse me, a couple more homes over here. Then I've got some ideas for some shore housing. So let's do one of the village homes. And then we'll do one of the bigger ones behind it, which is the townhouse. We'll keep adding that in. In fact, I'm going to make sure got ourselves a well like right there. Now, let's come over here. And again, I was saying that I wanted to utilize this. We could do it for resources or we could do it for food. Probably a little bit of both. So why don't we look and see if there is anything. Now, we do have the wharf and shipyard that we're not going to get to. Flax gatherer. Huh. This could be an interesting little industry. I didn't think about that at all. We'll come back to that in a minute. Hunter cabin. I don't know why that symbol's there. It's kind of weird. Old cabin. Older outer resident. Oh, it's like a combined hunting cabin and housing. That's interesting. Wait, how is this fishing doing with having that storage right next by? 600, not terrible, honestly. Not terrible at all. I like it. Tidal pools, that would be good here as well. And we could do some more fishing like here. Gosh, maybe we should. Mini, oh, that's so small. Oh, let's build it. It's so tiny. Medieval pond. So I've built these before, and I was kind of unimpressed. I'm going to build one more again, and let's just see how it works. But they didn't produce a lot. Let's get some candles. Since I'm not doing beeswax right now, it's probably not a half bad idea. And our firewood situation isn't terrible. We are going into winter. Their timing has been pretty bad, actually. I would get some copper pipes. We'll deal with that when we need to. We have a lot of extra laborers, actually. Normally, I'm putting those guys in things like this iron shack and whatnot. But we're going to put them in, or excuse me, normally I'm putting them in mines to get them to work those and get all the resources we need, but I don't need those at all. Let's put a couple small town homes out here. Do we need more right now? We do, in fact. So I want to put more people out here so they can work all this stuff too. And more laborers just enter the labor force, which is going to add even more family need to our current situation. That is full. You're not full. You're not full. That thing is looking good. How are we doing on these harvests? Over 1,000, over 1,000, and over 1,000. I like it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just do 4 there. We'll do 1 here, right? And we'll do a little mini storage again over here. I know it's kind of in the way of this, but part of me thinks if you cut the circle down, it's actually more efficient because there's less for it to manage, but there's less overall resource, so you kind of have to weigh that, I guess, and kind of figure out what works for you. We can use this mountain range for mines, actually. We should probably go ahead and put those in and just see how those look. Sorry, I just was looking at the time. Medieval clay pit. Oh, actually, that's not a bad idea. Salt works. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. A tiny quarry. Oh my goodness. I don't need one though. We're doing so well on stone. There's normal mines, but I don't want to do those. What about this tunnel mine? The tunnel mine. Up to 8 miners are employed to extract stone, coal, and iron. Interesting. Let's build it. Let's get it ready. Like I always say, you want to get stuff ready. And even if you don't have the population for it yet, if you can build it, you should. And just get that all ready. Let's clear iron and stone out of here just to make this nice and tidy. And kind of ready for anything that we want to expand into. Nice. Just bringing in the fish. 81 already. My goodness. Nothing in there. How are you doing with 4 people? 300. Okay. All right. That's a little bit more impressive than the 80-something that we're seeing over there. Cows are starting to grow. I like that. Making little calves. We're building the mine over here. Only 1 person working all these crops. It's actually not half bad. Again, going back over here to some of this work. Where are the shore houses? There we go. Really should make at least a couple of these just to have them. You can use them for a couple different things. Coal furnace, a slow way to make coal. You know, I guess we do need one over here. This mine will help, but we could use one right over here. Make a coal furnace as well. As you can see, I have a lot of things queued up. I'm kind of just thinking through them and getting them plopped down. Did the 2 homes finish over here? They did. Okay, good. Good. Gosh, we need even more homes. How are we doing on food, though? If we look at our production. We're doing really well, actually. Let's go ahead and I'll cram in a couple more homes here, but that also means that we need to think about some production and some additional like things to do here and some resources. So butcher stalls for beef. Let's get that in place, right? We'll get that built. Once those split off, or once they grow, now that we split them off, we'll be able to do some more stuff there. We do have a lot of fish that we can actually take advantage of. Trade horse. Again, I don't quite know what this is. Silkworms. I don't think we can support that industry because you have to grow a lot of mulberry leaves, and I'm just not down with that, to be honest. I really am not. Collect reeds, catch frogs. Yeah, we're not going to mess with those yet. Oh, this mine is working, which makes me think that it was pooling from these other resources here, which I don't want it to do. So we'll get those 3 people working there. Laborers are starting to even out a bit more. Some homes are going to get finished over here. Butcher shop. We've got corn, which means we could probably grind it into meal. Let's see. Medieval water tower. Tropical greenhouse provides bone meal as fertilizer. And grow tropical foods that you don't have seeds for. Do I have bone meal? I mean, you'd think I've got a little bit. That's kind of weird. I don't have a lot of room for cattle. Honestly, the fact that I'm continually supporting this is a little silly. But whatevs. We'll see. Let's get you working the coal furnace. What was I doing? Oh, right. We're going to mill the food. Oh, my goodness. The options here. Oh, and a smokehouse, too? Let's do it. Stone and stuff is near capacity. All right, we'll deal with that in a moment. We do need to get some, like, supply so we can actually, like, store everything. Yes, 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 I hear you. We'll do that, and we'll do this for now. Just to alleviate the problem. Yeah, it immediately just starts filling up. Yeah, we've got to do some specialized stuff so we can actually handle this. Plus, they're moving really far away to support this, so we gotta change that. I'd like some of these homes to get upgraded to look a little different, but I think we still actually need homes. Yeah, we need 3 more right now. So let's go into the homes and get that taken care of. Our fuel situation is not too bad, but it's also not that great. Probably want to do a little bit more with that. Part of me wants to go ahead and get my stacks burner like I normally do because I know that that's really good, but I'm kind of resisting that urge right now. Let's see. Windmill. There we go. Put this over by the cows. They'll like it. It'll be interesting. Can I do anything with fish here? I'm sure I can. Smoked fish, fish, logs, and a barrel. Alright. I need to do barrels, which I know where that is. That's Cooper. Right here. Put that right behind the smoking place. How are we doing on logs over here? I've got the 4 guys there. They're making 500 for this little area. I love it. That's quite a bit of people to dedicate to it, but honestly, that's better than the other ones that you do. So I'm kind of liking that. How are we doing on overall production here? About 1,000, 4 people. If you're looking at this for crop versus like, I could have 1 person, it gives me 1,000, and that takes 4 to give me 1,000. It's not as efficient, but it's a different resource too, and it's you can treat it a little differently. It doesn't take, well, it takes up less of an area, you know, a little less than half, about 40%. So there's that to keep in mind as well. What can you do? Corn? All right, why don't we start milling the corn? Let's look at how much we currently have. Still need 1 more home. We'll get to that in a moment. 88 citizens. Holy cow, that's cool. Corn's at 6,000. Yeah. So while I'm milling, why don't I go ahead and put in a bakery so I don't forget. Medieval bakery. Oh, let's do it. That one looks different than the ones we were doing before. I miss Mega Mod. It was so big and beefy. But it's got a lot of good stuff in it. It really does. What are you producing anyway? Yep, coal, stone, and iron. Just all nice and even. I wonder if you can remove this when you're done. That's not quite how the other ones work. I liked how the other ones work, the newer ones. Look at that, 100 iron. Stone, not so much, but I don't have enough people there. I've only got 1, so let's put 2 people there. And hopefully they'll work from these buildings or something. That storage is full. That one's not quite. We put in a few different barns, so we've got a lot of different areas, but I don't know. It works. It works. Well, this is coming together. I kind of like this. It's a little tiny area. I have to be super focused with it. It's pretty cool. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks again for all the support on the series and the ideas and your comments to help direct and stuff like that. Keep in mind I'm 1 episode ahead of you guys, so if I didn't address something in the last time, I have definitely not addressed it in this one. So let me know down below what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.